what you're trying to say is that we should learn to wait patiently for God's timing, understanding God's timing.
Yeah. At times, His time coincides with our time.
All right.
But at times, His time is not our time.
Okay.
At times, it is the time of God, which coincides with our time, and the devil is trying to block it. Are you following me? And you fight to get it. Are you following me from the devil? But when talking within the context of the will of God and what God wants to do, and some things that He wants to do for us, we must know that it is not all the time. If you are going to completely trust God 100%, you must also realize that it's not every time you want something, you will get it immediately. When the confidence that is driving us is because of the amount of money we have in our bank account, is because of so and so person that we know, you know, our connections,
Influential people around us.
influential people around us. He says that sorrow awaits those people. God was telling them that the people you are trusting in, they are men and not God. Why? God is reliable. Men are
Man
not
is not.
reliable. Man can deceive you.
True.
Have you ever been deceived by a man before?
Several times.
Man can deceive you.
True talk. True.
Man can deceive you. But God will not deceive you. Now, you see, when you look at Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 9, the Bible says that the heart of man is deceitful and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Now, when it says the heart of man is deceitful and desperately wicked, who can know it? I don't know whether at times you have surprised yourself, even yourself, that you did something. It says, man, is it me that did this?
That's true.
Talk less of somebody
Someone
else.
else.
Now, you see, man can deceive you. Man has a tendency, man can be going and he will tell you, I am coming. Somebody can promise you heaven and earth, and even right while the person was promising you, he or she knows that I won't fulfill this promise. And you can go ahead on the ticket of that promise thinking that, oh, I am made, everything is going to be fine. So when you completely put your trust in man, you can sink. That's why it says all other ground is sinking sand. Now in Numbers chapter 23 verse 19, the scripture says something about God. God is not a man that he should lie. The tendency of man to lie is that deceptive nature of man. But he says God is not a man to lie. So a man can lie, can deceive you, but God cannot. He says that he should lie. Neither the Son of Man that he should repent. What he's saying there is that he should change his mind. Have you seen somebody that said, I promise you this, since I changed my mind?
Oh, of course. Oh, of course.
Since I changed my mind, you know. It says, I thought I was going to do it before, but I just changed my mind. That is the nature of man for you. He says, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. He says, as he said it, and will he not do it? As he spoken, and will he not make it good? When God has spoken, what you only need is a word from God. Okay. You can spend all your life looking for that word, but if you genuinely get a sure word from God, He will do it. The question there, the real question is, did He actually promise? Did He actually tell you? Or you were just presumptive and you thought that God said it? Because you see, one of the hallmark of the promises of God is His fulfillment. When He promises, He does it. He may not do it, like I said before, in your own time, but he will do it in his time. So he said, has he spoken, and will he not make it good? So God is reliable. In Hebrews chapter 6, verse 18, he says, by two immutable things, in that it was impossible for God to lie. He promised Abraham. Are you following me?
Yeah.
It is, he says, by two immutable things, in that it was impossible for God to lie. So when you look at, when you place man and God on the weighing scale of reliability, God is reliable. Man is not. So the first thing that makes man unreliable is that he can deceive you. The second thing that makes man unreliable is that man can change or die. Because man is like grass. Today shines forth, tomorrow withers. But God is unchangeable. The truth of the matter is, if man helps you sincerely, God only made man to help you because of the limitation that man has. Our father and our mother can even be gone. Those who really loved us, care for us, but they may not be there forever. That's why you can't trust man. Because what if the person is gone? What happens next? Comparing God and man on the scale of reliability is that man can forget. God cannot forget.
That's interesting.
Man can forget you. Have you seen somebody say, yes, I will do it for you tomorrow? And then you pick the phone, you call the person, says, you promised me this yesterday. I say, so I forgot. In Isaiah chapter 49, verse 15, he says, I've engraved you in the palm of my hand. So it is better to put confidence in God than to put confidence in man.